important thing for both posture and to decrease cervical pain is to make sure that all of the muscles 360 around your neck are appropriate length and strength in relation to each other. One thing that I do is I take a yoga tune-up ball, and the first thing I do is I roll out my jaw. So I'm going to put it right here under my cheekbone and put some pretty good pressure through my jaw muscles. And then I come right underneath my ear and I'm going to roll out my SCM and my scalenes. And I'm putting pretty good pressure. I'm not staying on any nerves or blood vessels. I'm just super slowly rolling to my clavicle and just underneath it. While I'm doing this, I'm freeing up a couple of super important nerves. And if I find something that's really tender and sore, then I'm going to spend a little bit more time here. Now, another thing that I do, because it's really common for people not to engage the SCM or the anterior scalenes appropriately, is I use a block. I'm going to show you both ways. The goal is, so I'm putting the block under my rib cage, and then I use a foam roller, and it's important to have the correct diameter of foam roller. So I'm going to put it underneath my head. I want something that's small enough that it can kind of cradle in that hollow of my neck. Now I want it to kind of hit right at the base of my skull, and I'm going to start a little more towards my ear, and the goal is that I have my spine pretty straight, and I'm going to press into the foam roller. And if you can feel that you're engaging the SCM here. It'll be engaged and taut, and you can feel around in your neck. You'll find anterior and medial scalenes are also engaged. So I'll hold for 10 or 15 seconds and then release. And then I kind of circle, do some cross fibering on those muscles where they attach to the base of my skull. And then I'm going to engage again, really pressing into the foam roller, engaging those muscles. I want to exercise them so that they can help hold my head in a balanced way. Then I will come a little bit so that I'm a little past vertical. So I'm a little bit more posterior, and again I'm going to press into the foam roller. And this time I'm working the muscles that are a little more lateral and a little bit more posterior. I'm going to do this a number of places along this left side of my head. So I'm going to press and hold and then release and do a little bit of cross fibering, working all of those muscles that attach into my head and into C1 and 2. And then I'm going to roll a little bit further towards my back. And again, I'm going to press, engaging those muscles. We tend to not get a lot of range of motion. We tend to just look straight forward, and we don't engage these muscles at different angles, and we tend to get really weak, and our posture tends to get really bad as we have this head forward posture. So I'm pressing and holding and then releasing. And then I'm going to cross fiber on the foam roller and get all of those attachments into my skull and the first few cervical spine. And then I'm going to actually come back and I'm going to press, engaging both sides now, pressing into those attachments, holding, doing some cross fibering. Feels really, really good. Even some nodding up and down. I'm really high, actually on the base of my skull. And then I'm going to turn away from the camera because I want you to see that my spine, that I'm creating space for my shoulder here, and my spine is pretty straight, which is the goal. And then I'm going to press again down into the foam roller, engaging these muscles. Super important to strengthen the muscles 360. Pressing and releasing, and then again I'm going to move my head back and forth and cross fiber. Some of these muscles can be extremely tender, but the more you work them and exercise them, the better they're going to feel. The better your range of motion is going to be in your neck, and the better your posture will be. And then again, pressing in. I'm almost vertical, but not quite. I'm still a little bit more on the posterior side. Pressing, holding, and then cross fibering those muscles. You will be surprised at the muscles in your head, how good those feel to work. Now I'm going to come, so I'm vertical. And again, I'm going to press kind of right above my ear because it doesn't feel that great to press on your ear. Press straight down, engaging the muscles at a different length. I really want to make sure that all of these muscles are strong and holding my head in a balanced way. Pressing, pressing, holding, and then release. And then I'm going to come a little more anterior. And I'm going to press, engage, and hold. You can feel on your neck what's engaged. Okay, so play with that. Play with stripping these muscles, preparing them to work, making sure that they're not stuck together, and then exercise those muscles around your head, around your neck, and see if you don't have better range of motion, less pain, and see if your posture isn't better.